Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to call the May 21st, 2018 Crest Hill City Council meeting to order. If everyone would please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag. And I would ask that everybody please remain standing after the pledge. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Unfortunately, we had another mass shooting in the United States, so I would certainly like to take a moment of silence for the 10 victims from the high school in Santa Fe, Texas. Let's pray for their families, for their recovery. Let's pray for the teachers and the students that were killed senselessly in another school shooting. We ask you to keep them in our prayers. We also ask that we pray for our first responders, both the police officers and fire department personnel that ran into the building to help save many, many lives. And May is recognized for many different aspects of the month, and one of those are the police memorial for the slain police officers. And unfortunately, the city of Crest Hill in our 58-year history have lost 2 police officers killed in the line of duty. So I would ask that we keep both of our officers, Officer James Nink, who was slain on September 16, 1967, Sergeant Timothy Simonson, who was slain on September 28, 1994. I ask that you keep them in your prayers, their families in your prayers. They both had young children when they were taken. And for all those police officers throughout our nation that have been slain, we pray for them, and we pray for the safety of those, that they come home safely after each and every one of their shifts. So I would ask for a moment of silence in all their memories. Thank you. Roll call, please.
Ray Solomon.
Here.
Glenn Conklin.
Present.
Scott Dyke.
Here.
John Verche.
Here.
Barbara Scolaire.
Here.
Claudia Gazal.
Here.
Tina Oberlin.
Present.
Marco Coldi-Pietro.
Here.
Nate Albert.
Here.
Tom Inman.
Here. Okay, you have before you the minutes of the May 7th Crest Hill City Council meeting. Motion will be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Scolaire, seconded by Alderman Coldi-Pietro. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for the minutes of May 7th? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman. Yes. Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Coldi-Pietro.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And you also have before you the minutes of the work session held on May 14th, 2018. Motion would be in order.
So moved. Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Inman, seconded by Alderman Coldi-Pietro. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scolaire.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Marco Coldi-Pietro.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, we do not have a business promotion plan for this evening, so we will continue with our agenda. And to our City Administrator, Heather McGuire. Good evening, Heather.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have several items on the agenda for approval this evening. The first is a resolution adopting an employee handbook. I would like to thank the Assistant City Administrator for working on getting this document together. You will note that the front pages regarding mission statement and welcome letter to the employees are not completed, but the policies and procedures we are asking you to adopt this evening are as documented in that handbook. I'd be happy to answer any other questions, or as well as the City Administrator. Assistant City Administrator would.
And we did have 2 work sessions on this, did we not? On the handbook?
Correct, yes.
Motion would be in order.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderman Coldi-Pietro, seconded by Alderman Inman. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for a resolution adopting an employee handbook? Roll call, please.
John Verche,
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Barbara Scolera.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Marco Coldi-Pietro.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number is 1006.
Thank you, and we will be rolling this out to the employees over the coming weeks and sitting down with them so they are aware of all of the policies and procedures that will be changing, and just making sure that we get their sign off and they're aware of everything before we implement everything. The next item I have for consideration is the zoning an ordinance adopting a comprehensive zoning ordinance, and we do have two guests in the audience this evening. There was a public hearing held at the Plan Commission level on May 9th, and that was approved and recommended for approval by the City Council. We have Dana Ludwig and Maura Ragoni from Robinson Engineering here this evening. I will invite both of them to the podium to give a brief overview on the changes to the zoning ordinance. We did have several work sessions, joint work sessions with the City Council and Plan Commission to go over the revisions to the zoning ordinance. It's a much-needed document. Our zoning ordinance has not been officially updated since the year 2000. So we did make some attempts to clarify and make it a little bit more user-friendly for the city. So ladies?
Thank you. I'd like to begin by thanking the City of Crest Hill for the opportunity to work with your staff as well as then City Council and Plan Commission over the course of the last couple months. We really had rolled up our sleeves over the last, I think we had 3 work sessions, and we really got into the great conversation and a lot of the details. I won't go into the specific details, but ask just to give a brief overview on what we've done. What we have done over there is, as Heather had said, is we revamped the zoning ordinance, make it user-friendly, incorporated tables, as well as then remove some redundancies, provided references to specific parts of the code. We were able to incorporate a number of your ordinances that have been adopted since 2000 into one complete document as well. Again, removing some redundancies and making some items very clear for all users, both residents and developers. Some of the highlighted changes that I will go through are Section 1, purpose was pretty much stayed the same. We added just a couple items in terms of discussion with the comprehensive plan. The second section is the definitions. We updated that with respect to different revisions that have come over with the updates, as well as on removing some redundancies. Section 3, we added in a new district. I will speak about that with the residential. We added the R1B as a new residential district. Very little changes to 3. Section 4 were general provisions. We took that section, that whole section apart and pulled some into the new Section 8. That section kind of clarifies that of the yards and so forth. We also established in that area this Weber Road corridor, which was identified in your comprehensive plan, of which we did talk about at all the work sessions, identifying that Weber Road to be developed in a different fashion, a greater green space and setbacks and so forth. Section 5, to release to nonconformities. We did a little bit of cleanup work and some redundancies and consistencies in that area. Section 6 is your residential district. As I mentioned, we did add a new residential district, the R1B. This is at 10,000 square foot lot. The R2 is an existing zoning district, but new development would not be able to come in for rezoning, and this provided for a new district inside. The 20,000 was your R1A. This is kind of consistent in the middle of what staff has been noting that in terms of these smaller lots, trying to build the houses and the garages and so forth that they would need. Section 7 is your non-residential district. What we did is we took all your non-residential districts and put them into one section. That would be your manufacturing, your office, as well as then your business districts. Each of these have standards as well, and then all of this relates to a table in terms of setbacks and regulations. Section 8 is a new section. It's general standards and regulations. This pulled in your accessory structures, your accessory uses, as well as your temporary uses. It also included then specific use regulations that you had either over the course of the time had put into as special use ordinances or have been in place, but pulled into one section to make it very clear and concise. This is a guide as in terms of review. Set standards such as, we looked at outdoor sales instead of requiring a review, allowing there to be some common ground level for anybody who would come in where you can place it, how high, and so forth. Section 9 is site plan review requirements. That was pulled in from ordinances that you have approved in the past. This outlines exactly what anybody who comes in needs to have on their site plan. Makes it very clear. So there's no guesswork and no requiring back and forth. Section 10 is your plan unit development. Back in March of 2017, you updated some changes on that. We took a look at it and actually took some more information in terms of open space, building setbacks, process, and kind of mainstreamed it and fit it to the requirements that we're looking in your comprehensive plan, but also how you had been carrying it out in the past in the city. Section 11 is off-street parking. We looked at updating those requirements as well as looking at setback requirements for parking in terms of relationship to residential properties as well as that along your major corridors. As we mentioned, we went back and forth with Weber Road, deciding on what would be the best fit for that parking setback, but also looking at your other areas such as, Plainfield, Broadway, and Theodore on requiring a little greater green space in those areas to provide for landscaping. That 5 feet that you had, a little bit more, would provide for overhang, the landscaping, that tying in some of the items that were outlined in the comprehensive plan. Section 12 is the administration and enforcement. We went through and reduced some of the redundancies as well as clarified the roles of the zoning officer. We also looked at some changes in terms of your variance process, trying to make it more global. Zoning is not a one-size-fits-all, so addressing that in terms of allowing anything to be varied in your code. Some of the other items that I will note is that we've taken all of the uses and put it in a table format that has provided for user-friendly, also not only for staff, but those who are coming in for review. We went ahead and we also identified in table format those regulations of your zoning districts, broken down by residential and non-residential, noting that there are some items in here as well that the non-residential relate back to that Weber Road corridor, which is defined. We updated some of the illustrations as well as then addressed some of the items that are kind of new items that have come up, new uses that have come up, as well as then trying to address the old ones as well. That in summary, as I mentioned, we did spend a lot of time reviewing everything over the last couple work sessions, so I appreciate the time, and if there's any specific questions.
Questions or comments to Maura?
I just want to thank both of you for all your hard work and efforts on this, and I know there were a lot of questions and we had and changes we needed, and you accommodated those, and you went for more information when we requested it, and I really appreciate all your efforts, so thank you both.
Thank you.
And if I may echo that as well, just we have been working on this for several years with Robinson and going through different iterations, different staffing levels. So it's been a long time coming, so we do appreciate all the efforts that Robinson Engineering has dedicated towards this.
Any other questions? Motion will be in order.
So moved, as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Cola DiPietro for an ordinance adopting a comprehensive zoning ordinance. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Marco Colapietro.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Ordinance number is 1778.
Thank you, and once this is finalized, council does have a marked up copy just so they could see what changes were made, but the cleaned up copy will be available and put on the website as well for any developers and residents to view. So thank you very much, ladies, I appreciate it.
If I could just make a comment, I know, I just want to echo what's been said here, because I know this has been a long process of several years. We were probably a little negligent in upgrading it sooner than we did, but now that it's done, I think this is going to be a tremendous benefit to the city of Crest Hill. We are now closer to 2018 when it comes to zoning than we ever were before. And I know that both Maura and Dana from Robinson Engineering, you put in a lot of work here along with city staff. I've seen you guys here for several years now working on this. And but I want to thank you personally for all your hard work, because I think this is the right thing for the city. I'm glad that it was a unanimous vote by the city council this evening. Shows that everybody's on the same page and pulling on the rope in the same direction. And this is going to be a benefit to all our residents for many years to come, and we'll certainly have to upgrade it in a few years. But personally, thank you for everything that you've done to city staff. I know Heather was involved in this a lot, and a lot of the department heads also were involved in all of these changes. The building department, Zoe, was at a lot of the meetings, I know that. So thanks to everybody for all their hard work to make another major improvement for the citizens of Crest Hill. Thank you.
Thank you. And moving on to my final agenda item this evening, you have before you a resolution authorizing participation in the Northern Illinois Municipal Electric Collaborative and authorizing the city administrator to approve a contract with the lowest cost electricity provider for a period of up to 36 months. As council will recall from last week's work session, we did have Dave Hoover here from NIMEC. And the market has essentially paved the way for the city to bid out the residential and small retail electric load. The ComEd current rate is now at 7.75 cents, and NIMEC believe that we could probably get a substantial savings on the per kilowatt hour if we did go out to bid. Those bids did come in today, as you can see in the memo that was placed on your desk this evening. The recommended rate is at 7.29 cents per kilowatt hour with MC squared, and that would be for the 24-month term limit. As Dave Hoover suggested, locking into 3 years is probably not quite the sure thing to do, just because we don't know where the market's going to go, and then we're locked into that rate for that time. But that 2-year savings, having that 7.29 cent rate for the entirety of the 2 years, would be about $50 to the average homeowner per year. So we do think it's a good idea to go out and enter into this program. Again, any residents that are currently opted into another program, if they went to a supplier on their own, they would be given the option to opt into this program. They will not be automatically pulled in, but notifications will go out to them so they have the opportunity to join the city's program. Over the next few weeks, we will be working to get the notifications out to the residents. ComEd will send one as well, so all the residents will be aware that this will be occurring. We expect that switch to happen in August of 2018. So I would be happy to answer any questions this evening. The MC squared for the 2-year bid is what's recommended that we go with. The resolution just authorizes me to execute a contract because of the time turnaround we need for that, but that will be brought before council at the next city council meeting for ratification. That's a lot of information. I apologize. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions in regards to the electric aggregation? I will make a comment that when we first did this, the city of Crest Hill, it was 2011. That's when there was, the rates were not as competitive. There was a larger range between Commonwealth Edison and the other bidders. And we worked with NIMEC and Dave Hoover, and at that point in time, we had a 2-year contract, and we saved an average of $130 per year per household, which was a tremendous savings. We were one of the first of 12 communities in the state of Illinois that opted in for electric aggregation. It was us and New Lenox from Will County at that time, and we both went with the same provider and the same company through NIMEC, and it was beneficial for everybody in Crest Hill. Now this one, over time, the rates between Commonwealth Edison and the providers have evened out, and they are a smaller range to deal with. But even a $50 savings per year for the next 2 years is a tremendous savings for residents when we're talking about electric rates. And again, if you'd rather stay with the provider that you have or stay with Commonwealth Edison, you certainly can. This is certainly a volunteer, but this will be sponsored through the city of Crest Hill, just like the last one with all the same bells and whistles that includes it. So if you'd like those savings, you certainly need to sign up and join in with the program.
And if I may clarify, Mayor, everyone will be automatically opted in, but you will have the option to opt out
Okay.
during that 3-week period. So if you do nothing, you'll be opted into the program, but you will have that opportunity.
Unless you've chosen somebody
Correct.
separate.
And then you will still have that opportunity to
To
come
opt
to
in.
the city side, correct?
Okay. All right, any other questions or comments? Motion would be in order?
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Overland, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments in regards to the motion for the electric aggregation with the company by the name of MC Squared? I love that name. Roll call, please.
Einstein.
Barbara Scoler,
Yes.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Marco Pietro.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Burchett.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number 1007.
Thank you. That was the final item I had for approval this evening. The report is on file, and there is a work session. I apologize, I have the wrong date on here, scheduled for May 29th. Again, Monday is Memorial Day, so that work session will be on the 29th on Tuesday. Current topics include police fines, the city sign, cleaning services, RFP, and food trucks. I'd be happy to answer any questions this evening.
Questions of City Administrator? Thanks, Heather. Moving on, Public Works Department, our Director of Public Works, Jim Egan. Good evening, Jim.
We have included in the packet is a resolution. Is this on?
Yes.
Included in the packet is a resolution for maintenance under Illinois Highway Code. This is a MFT resolution authorizing City of Crest Hill to spend $470,000 in motor fuel tax funds for the coming program year.
Motion would be in order.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Dyke, seconded by Alderman Verche for the resolution for maintenance under the Illinois Highway Code with the motor fuel tax money. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Margot Cole DePietro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution number is 1008.
Also included in the packet is a proclamation to recognize the work done to improve the quality of life for the community, work done by the Public Works Department. Coming up on May 20th is National Public Works Week, and the proclamation reads as follows. Whereas public works services provided in our community are an integral part of our citizens' everyday lives, and whereas these services include maintenance of public facilities, roads, sewer, and water systems, trees, vehicles, emergency services, including snow removal, and whereas the health, safety, comfort of residents of the city of Crest Hill greatly depend on the dedicated efforts of Public Works employees who deliver services in a skilled and comprehensive manner. And whereas the theme of the 2018 National Public Works Week is Power of the Public Works. This year, National Public Works Week celebrates the vital role of Public Works plays in connecting us all together. As the cornerstone of civilization, Public Works provides, maintains, improves the structures, services that assure a higher quality of life for our communities. The streets, roads, bridges, and public transportation keeps us linked together from coast to coast, and its clean water and sanitation services keep us healthy and allow for communities to grow and prosper. Whereas National Public Works Week is an appropriate and timely opportunity to formally thank all of the City of Crest Hill Public Works employees for their continued extraordinary service to the community, and now therefore Raymond R. Solomon, by virtue of the powers vested in me as the mayor of the City of Crest Hill, along with members of the City Council, do hereby designate and proclaim the week of May 20th, 2018 through May 26th, 2018 as National Public Works Week in Crest Hill, Illinois. I urge all citizens to recognize and contributions which Public Works employees make every to our health, safety, comfort, and quality of life. In witness thereof, the mayor has set his hand and caused the corporate seal of the City of Crest Hill this 21st day of May 2018.
Motion would be in order.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Verche, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments in regards to the proclamation? Roll call, please.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Margot Cole DePietro.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And finally, third item included in the packet is work that we are looking to do at the East Side Treatment Plant to upgrade the servers and the network. The existing equipment is at the end of its useful life, and We're also looking to upgrade the SCADA system, and prior to upgrading the SCADA, the servers and the firewall needs to be improved. This is a contract with Vertec for the replacement and consolidation of the servers and for the replacement of the ASA firewall. The cost of these improvements, the cost of the ASA upgrade is $5,725, while the server upgrades is $30,897.50. This was previously discussed at a work session.
Motion would be in order.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Alderman Inman, seconded by Alderman Verche for the upgrades at the East Sewage Treatment Plant. Questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Barbara Scoler,
yes,
Tina Oberlin,
Yes.
Marco Pietro,
Yes.
Nate Albert,
Yes.
Scott Dyke,
Yes.
John Verche,
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Anything else, Jim?
That's all I had for this evening.
Any questions or comments of Public Works?
Thanks, Jim.
I would like to make comment in regards to the proclamation for the Public Works Week. We have a lot of great employees in the city of Crest Hill, and the members of our Public Works Department also do an outstanding job. They are out there under some adverse conditions. Usually when we are sleeping, they are fixing water main breaks and plowing snow and dealing with the hazards of the weather. And they are also maintaining our roads for safe passage. So they do a tremendous job for the city of Crest Hill, so I want to personally thank each and every one of them in regards to Public Works with the streets and with the water and sewer from the treatment plants to make sure that everybody has good water to drink and that the sewerage flows properly in each and every household and business. So thanks to them for all their hard work that they do out throughout the year, and we certainly want to recognize them with the proclamation from the Public Works Police Week. Any other questions or comments for Public Works?
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Jim. Moving on, Community Development Department, our Economic Development Director, Scott McMaster. Good evening, Scott.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Just one agenda item this evening. Back in March, we sent out bid requests to 9 companies for our vegetation cutting needs. Only 2 came back, Rapid Landscaping and Hawthorne Landscaping. Both of them are Crest Hill businesses. We're currently using Hawthorne Landscaping and have a very good relationship with them. They came back as the lowest bid, so staff's seeking approval for Hawthorne Landscaping to continue with our vegetation needs. And the quote for Hawthorne is also in your packet.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Albert. Questions or comments in regards to the bid for Hawthorne Landscaping? Questions or comments? Roll call.
Barbara Scoler,
yes,
John Verche,
Yes.
pardon? Did you say yes? Okay, sorry. Scott Dyke,
Yes.
Claudia Gazal,
Yes.
Marco Pietro,
Yes.
Tom Inman,
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
That is all I have this evening. I will entertain any questions or comments.
Any questions of economic development? Thanks, Scott.
Thank you.
Moving on to our police department, Police Chief, Chief Clark. Good evening, Ed.
Evening, Mayor and Council. I do not have anything for the agenda this evening. I would like to say a big thank you to the officers that participated on Friday, the cop on a rooftop over at the Dunkin' Donuts down the street. We raised just a little under $2,000. Also, a big thank you to Lori Thrasher and Jim Brown, who came and volunteered their time. Lions Club's members who also were big supporters of us. They've done it the last couple of years. It's been a big help. But we only had one slight injury, but everybody's okay. So we'll be fine. So thanks to everybody for all the donations and help. It was a good day.
I got my T-shirt.
Did we get some great photos of Mr. Stein up there on that roof with the pink
The pink donut?
Donut with the little sprinkles all over, because I gotta tell you, that was priceless.
Yeah, we got a couple people with different pictures with that on, so
Loved that.
it was a
Very
good event.
nice,
It
very
was
nice.
very nice, yeah.
Questions or comments of Police Chief?
Yeah, Chief, back in February, I brought to your attention the signs on Keaton Farm Road when you head east from Weber, how the signs are misplaced. When you first pull up, the first sign you see, it says, "Left lane must turn left." Then the next one shows how, a diagram of how the road is with one going straight and the other making a left turn. And then following that is a no left turn sign. That's right by that first entrance into Menards, which is a right in, right out only.
Okay.
So I believe the sign should be placed after that no left turn for the continuance of the road to show that farther ahead that that left lane would have to make that left turn.
All
They're
right.
placed in the wrong place.
I'll take a look at it.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Heather, I agree with Scott. The whole striping over there, just, it doesn't make sense. It almost needs to go down a lane and then
We
a
did
turn
go
lane.
back and forth with the engineer on this, and they looked at it as per IDOT standards. He said based on the way that the intersection is configured, there's really no other way to do it. We did go out and have him take a look at it. He said this is his recommendation based on how the road actually works and narrows.
Ed, on a different subject, I had a request for a stop sign on Rose Avenue at Kelly. So I would ask that it follows the proper procedure that we've used here for several years, and with your recommendation when the study is completed.
Okay. Very good.
Also, where are we at with a couple meetings ago, I asked about Colleen Lane to check on that. If you could do a study on that with
A study?
Alma, yeah, with Alma and Rayner, with the stop sign, people running the stop sign and that.
Yeah, we can do a study. I did have extra, the last conversation, if I remember right, was we had extra patrol there. I did
Okay.
have a couple of different details down there.
Okay.
But I will, I'll take a look at that as well.
And just see if there's anything we can do to slow down the cars or make them stop or something. I don't know what's going on down there, but some of the residents are complaining, especially like when there's school buses around and children waiting to go to school.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Ed.
Thank you.
Moving on to the mayor's report. First on the agenda is the approval of a Class A liquor license for 20631 to 20635 Renwick Road. This is the request of Mr. Frank Porro for a new Class A liquor establishment located at that address by the name of the Village Pub. And Frank went through all the procedures and protocol with the background checks, the fingerprinting in regards to his liquor license. Everything came back in order. He is actually the owner of Champion Sports Bar on Route 59. I believe that is Joliet. And then one in Berwyn also. We met with Frank here on April 24th. We went through all the do's and don'ts in regards to the liquor, what will be tolerated, what will not be tolerated by the liquor commissioner in the city of Crest Hill. Frank is also going to apply for an outdoor seating license. This will be the first for a tavern. He met all the requirements for that, working with the building department currently. For outdoor seating, for lunch and for dinner, with the outdoor seating to end at midnight. And everything is in order for the liquor license. I know when he was here last week at the work session, I said that we needed to create an additional liquor license on an increase, but I will tell you, in this past week, I received a phone call from the individual that was going to open up the establishment on Plainfield Road, 2357 Plainfield Road, by the name of Beer Belly Saloon. That individual withdrew his contract with the current owner due to financial reasons, so he will not be moving into that location. So we therefore have a liquor license available in regards to a Class A. So I would ask for a motion for an approval for that liquor license for Mr. Frank Porro and the Village Pub at 20631 to 20635 Renwick Road.
So moved. Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Sclair, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments in regards to the motion? Roll call, please.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Cole DePietro.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries.
And with that, I'd like to invite Frank to the podium for any comments you'd like to make about your new establishment. Frank, in regards, anything that I may have missed in regards to what we discussed. I know we discussed several things, but I just tried to hit the highlights here.
Absolutely. First of all, thank you all for your time. Really super excited about the opportunity here. I think it's going to be a great fit for the community as well. Get everybody involved and just build business together and keep everything in the community. As we said during the whole process, we are a small business, very, grassroots oriented, and we look to carry that kind of feel into the restaurant and as well as with the service. We definitely want to deter from the big chain feel, make everybody feel like their family. I think that's a very good concept for Crest Hill. I think being in the community and talking with several individuals, I think it's going to be a great fit just based off of the conversation and rhetoric that we've had back and forth. Business has been good at the other locations. We're looking forward to carry that same management forward into this location and improve even further on that. As always, we welcome any questions, comments, notes for improvement, or especially criticisms. That is our biggest room to grow. If there's a problem, we need to correct it and move forward, and that's our biggest issue there in correcting things and making things right. So again, thank you very much. If there's any questions or anything that I can answer for anybody, please feel free.
I know that you want to expand on the food portion of the establishment also, so if you'd like to maybe take a few minutes just to discuss what kind of food you're going to have.
Sure. We're still developing the menu. Several concepts that we're touching on, your traditional burgers, chicken, multiple different ways, obviously. We are looking into bringing in like a lighter steak dinner fare. We're looking at bringing in a pizza, although it's not going to be our primary because there is a Papa John's in the strip mall with us. We're not looking to deter from him. We want to support each other, not take away from each other. Several specials. Our chef that we have is actually coming out of the city of Chicago. He has been in the industry about 14 years now and has trained under several different genres of food, from French to Italian to seafood. So he brings a wide array of things that can come in. We're going to try and implement things on a special basis and work them into our menu as they get supported.
Very good. Well, welcome to the city of Crest Hill. I hope you're here for a long time. I hope that you're very successful.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure working through you with you for the last 3 months to work through the liquor process. So thank you, and I'll open it up if anybody'd like to make any comments from City Council.
We look forward to doing the grand opening and eating in your restaurant.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I look forward to seeing you all there. Hopefully you'll come out for the grand opening. Thank you all for the time, Mr. Mayor, Scott, and been not that long of a time, but long enough to get some gray hairs going. And we got through it, so I appreciate it very much.
Welcome to the city.
Thank you.
I just want to say best of luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Welcome and good luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Frank.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night.
Great
Well,
evening.
I guess we don't get a turn, but I'll say welcome to the city.
You always get a turn. I'll wait for you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we also have a donation for Will County Center for Community Concerns. We did discuss this at the work session last week. Motion would be in order.
So move, Mayor, for $100.
Second.
Motion by Alderman Albert, seconded by Alderman Dyke for $100 to Will County Center for Community Concerns. They do provide several services for the city of Crest Hill. Last year, for 2017, they provided 452 different types of services to residents in the city of Crest Hill. So we thank them for that. Motion has been made and seconded. Any questions or comments? Roll call, please.
Barbara Scoler.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Marco Cole DePietro.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, that's all the agenda items for the mayor, but I do have two announcements. As you recall, last meeting, Mr. Joe Martinek, representing AARP, was here. There is a AARP driving class that is scheduled here at the city of Crest Hill on Tuesday, June 5th, and Wednesday, June 6th, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., and it is for If you are an AARP member, it is $15, and all other individuals are $20. It's a 2-day class, and with the passing of that class, you will receive a minor discount from your insurance agency. So if you'd like to sign up for the class, you can certainly call City Hall here, 815-741-5123, and you can sign up for the AARP Safe Driving class. And last but not least, I would like to make mention, unfortunately, you're going to be receiving your water bills in the mail here within the next couple of days. In that water billing, please look inside. You will see the newsletter, the spring of 2018 newsletter for the city of Crest Hill. So please read it, and if you have any questions, feel free to call City Hall, and we will try to answer them. Any other questions of the mayor? I'll try to answer them now. Hearing none, we will move on to our city clerk, Vicki Hackney. Good evening, Vicki.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I have no items on the agenda this evening, just a couple announcements. The citywide garage sale, we had 37 participants, so hopefully the weather held out for most of everyone. We're looking for some greater weather in the next few weeks. Just a reminder that we are also, the clerk's office, having a shred day. It's free to residents. It's June 30th from 9 until 11 a.m., which is a Saturday. It is at City Hall parking lot, so we welcome anyone. We do ask that you limit 2 to 3 boxes, just so we can accommodate all the residents. It's usually a pretty big turnout. So, and we have wonderful volunteers who will help you empty your boxes out of your trunk, so you don't even have to get out of your car. So that's all I have this evening. Any questions of clerk's office, I'd be more than happy to answer.
Questions of city clerk? Thanks, Vicki.
Thank you, Mayor.
Moving on, city treasurer's report. Our treasurer, Glenn Conklin. Good evening, Glenn.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I'd like to report our regular and overtime payroll from 4/30/18 through 5/13/18 in the amount of $191,762.65. I seek your approval on our list of bills, which totals $1,404,779.56.
So moved as presented.
Second.
Motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderwoman Gazal. Questions or comments in regards to the list of bills? Roll call.
Marco Colo DePietro.
Yes.
Barbara Scolar.
Yes.
John Verche.
Yes.
Scott Dyke.
Yes.
Nate Albert.
Yes.
Tom Inman.
Yes.
Tina Oberlin.
Yes.
Claudia Gazal.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you all. Are there any questions?
Questions of the treasurer?
Thank you and good evening.
Thanks, Glenn. Unfinished business. We have nothing on the agenda. Anybody? New business? Anyone? Committee liaison reports.
Yes, I would love to remind everyone that Sunday, June 10th at 11 a.m., we will be having the annual Ladise Memorial Commemoration at Ladise Park. We hope we have a wonderful day, as it is outdoors, and it's always a very, very solemn but nice occasion. So I'm urging people who have never been there before to come out and see what it's all about. It's a very emotional day, and it's a very nice day, and it's a jewel in our city, and a lot of people just don't know about it. So I urge you to come out and join us on Sunday, June 10th at 11 a.m.
Anyone else? The Crest Hill Veterans and Police Memorial Committee. First of all, I'd like to go back to May 9th, 2018. We had a work day, which included several, we had one of our larger groups actually this year, of volunteers for the cleanup in the Memorial Garden. So I certainly would like to thank the following individuals: Jeannie Jurisic, Noreen Coyne, Marge Keller, Gary Stieg, Joe Martinek, Linda and Keith Fuller, Ray Ranke, Bill Gallagher, Nick Parks, Dwayne Wilkerson, Glenn Conklin, Nate Albert, and Vicki Solomon for their volunteerism. We worked in between the raindrops that day, but with the amount of people that we had, we got it done in just about 2 hours. So the reason we were out there was, one, to beautify the outdoor garden that we have 1,150 veterans' names on, and unfortunately 2 slain police officers who we took a moment of silence for at the beginning of this meeting that were killed in the line of duty. So I would like to invite all of our residents and our neighbors and friends and visitors to our 30th anniversary of our Crest Hill Veterans Memorial Garden on Monday, May 28th at 2 p.m. We are going to have entertainment by the Frankfurt Brass Band under the direction of Michael Arenik. We will also have our guest soloist, Mrs. Anna Mae Lukancic, who has sang for 30 years at the Memorial Day ceremonies. Our guest speaker this year is Master Sergeant Andy Kinney, who is a United States veteran of the United States Air Force, and he currently is the Lockport Township High School Junior ROTC instructor. After his words, there will be a special flag presentation and flag folding ceremony conducted by the cadets of the Lockport Township High School Junior ROTC program. We will also be laying the wreath for our veterans who are deceased, and also Mrs. Nink and Mrs. Simonson have been invited to be here for the laying of the wreath in honor of their husbands. The ceremony should last about 45 minutes. There will be seats available. If you'd like to bring your own lawn chairs, feel free. There will be refreshments served after the program. So it'll be a very solemn program for those veterans and police officers that have passed away, and also for those that are currently living. We will certainly honor those veterans also that will be in attendance. So please join us. The 30th anniversary is a very special anniversary for the memorial garden that we have right outside of City Hall.
Mayor,
Yes.
rain or shine?
I forgot again. That's because the weather, according to my phone, is supposed to be very nice, about 78 degrees and sunny, but just in case things change, and in case of inclement weather, the backup plan is for St. Anne's Church Hall, which is located at 1800 Dearborn Street. And we will move the ceremony inside. We've had to do that twice in 30 years here at the city, so we pray that we have a gorgeous day to honor our veterans and our police officers surrounding our Veterans and Police Memorial Garden. Okay, City Council comments. These are positive City Council comments. Anything you'd like to share with your constituents? Anybody who would like to go first this evening?
Sure, Mayor.
All right, we'll start with Ward 4.
I have
Alderman Albert.
an exciting announcement tonight. The Crest Lions Club is going to be hosting a couple of movies in the park this summer. The first one is on Saturday, June 9th. It'll be held at right near Lions Park, which is across from Cheney Manji School. The movie screen will most likely be closer to the pool area, but we plan on showing the animated film Coco. So if you're available, stop by. It'll be during, we don't have an exact time, but it'll be around dusk, obviously. So come out for a nice evening that evening. It's Saturday, June 9th. And then on Saturday, July 28th, in the same place, we'll be playing the animated film Cars 3. So a couple of dates to put on your calendars, June 9th and July 28th. Thank you, Mayor.
Alderman Inman?
Thank you, Mayor. Excuse me. I hope everyone will come out to the memorial ceremony. It is extremely well done. I've never missed one since I've been in this community. It's well done. It's a very solemn day. I must admit that during my term of service, I met some of the most unbelievable people I ever came across in my life. And because of them, I take great pride in my service. Thank you, Mayor.
Ward 3, Alderman Cola DiPietro.
I just want to congratulate the class of 2018 graduates and wish them well in their future.
Alderwoman Overland?
Well, I would once again remind everyone about the Ladis ceremony on Sunday, June 10th. And we will have further announcements coming soon about our annual picnic, which is Sunday, August 5th. And school will be letting out very shortly. We have a lot of graduations coming up. So that's always a key to look out for the little children running around when they're no longer in school, and drive carefully through, especially through the neighborhoods. Thank you.
Ward 2, Alderwoman Gazal.
No comments tonight, Mayor.
Alderwoman Sclair.
Again, I just want to welcome the Village Pub, Crest Hill.
Ward 1, Alderman Verche.
Well, if everybody enjoy, have a happy Memorial Day, and you're driving, be careful out there.
Alderman Dyke.
Just hope everybody takes a little time this weekend to think about, remember all the different men and women that have served in different branches of the service so that we have this great country and enjoy all the freedoms that we have. So take a little time and think about those people, remember them, and if you see a vet, thank them.
Okay, public comment. Anybody who would like to address City Council need to come to the podium, state your name for the address, or state your name for the record. Your address is optional.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Tony Baffis. I'm one of the owners at Mickey's Euros in Hillcrest Shopping Center. Yesterday, there was a main break.
Two of them.
Three.
Three of them.
Three of them.
Two on your property.
Yeah, exactly. So I was just wondering, I know there was a very heavy bleach smell in the air, and I was wondering if maybe we could have a little explanation what's going on, why there's so many mains breaking. Maybe we can start there.
The main broke first on Larkin Avenue, which is the repair that was completed today. They were working to isolate that section of water main, and during the course of that work to isolate and slow the leak down, two more areas broke within the Hillcrest Shopping Center. Those repairs were completed on Sunday, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening. Crews completed the work around 10 o'clock, 10:30, and came out this morning to work on Larkin and tried to complete that work within the rainfall that was occurring. Right now, the barricades are still up, the mains are repaired. But in order to expedite the restoration of the road, we've got a contractor lined up to pour concrete in there tomorrow. And as soon as that concrete gains strength, then that road will be opened back up again. The chlorine smell that you're experiencing, there would have been a little bit of extra water running to the area. There shouldn't have been any adjustment at the wells to increase the chlorine. I think most likely what you experience is due to the extra water loss that we had from the break, that the water was a little bit fresher, more than what you were used to. And
none of that poses any threat to consumption of any sort?
No, it shouldn't. If you have any concerns, we can come out and check the chlorine.
We feed a lot of people every day, so that's why I'm concerned. So.
Okay. So tomorrow, if you think that it's still unusually high than what you're used to, we can come out and do a measurement at your restaurant there.
Sure.
And make sure nothing else is going on.
You smelled it last night, Tony, or today?
Yeah, actually, as it was going on, and last night, it was just in the air. If you walked into a field house, per se, or where the chlorine's heavy in a pool area, it's exactly what it smelled like outside. So, we were a little curious to why there was chlorine or bleach in the water, and maybe why so much. But if there was so much water coming out at the same time, I can understand that. But just to make sure that the levels are safe for people, that's one of my main concerns.
Yeah, and I was out there about 7:30, 8 o'clock last night. I didn't smell anything. There was an awful lot of water that was running out of those holes. That was incredible. But I think all the boil orders were lifted today, were they not?
There's for the work that was done on Larkin, that's still in effect.
Okay, but the shopping center was wasn't it today? I thought.
It should be tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, thanks, Tony.
Thank you.
Anybody else? Rick?
I'm Rick Papps. We own and manage Hillcrest Shopping Center. I manage it, and I was here last night. I was way north at a party and headed for another party and got a call, and I came here instead. But what I wanted to do is tell you guys something that you don't probably hear too often. I want to say thank you to Public Works. Guys came out, I mean, I only know 3 of the guys, you know, by name. I know Greg Cook. He's not afraid to get his hands dirty. He was there. And I know Billy King, and I know Danny Price. The other guys, I don't know their names, but whoever they were, I would like to say personal thank you to them and have that go into their file for when it's time for a review. But I have to say, they did such a good job. And, you know, everybody wants to be home on a Sunday evening and afternoon with their families. These guys came out, and that's a dirty job. If you didn't see them, there's still mud over there. Not one of them grumbled. They just did what they're there to do. They just did their jobs. And I'm totally grateful. I wish I knew some more words to say how grateful I am for the work that Public Works does, and they've always responded well to us, and the same with the police department. I mean, the police are always there. In fact, there also happened to be a 4-car accident when I arrived, and I thought, holy cow, all these fire trucks just for a water leak? And it turned out to be an accident, and the police took care of it. Dave was there, and he took care of that. But, you know, I got to tell you something. We have other shopping centers, and you're not the only city people that I have to deal with. I got to say, though, you're the only ones that I'm happy to deal with and enjoy dealing with. In all the years I've been out here, which is more than 20, I've never had a crossword, never had a bad feeling, and I've always liked everybody on the board. No, I'm not looking at you, John. Seriously, a great bunch of people. If this is on television or something,
It is.
I hope the city knows what a great city they live in, and what a great group of people that are running the city, because you guys, your heart, all of you, your heart is in your job, and you can see that by the results. And I just want to say thank you so much. I just really, really appreciate it. I do tell the owners, I brag too much about you. You know, I forget to say how great I am, right? But I do I pass this on to the owners so they know what we're dealing with. And Public Works has been absolutely terrific, responsive, quickly responding to any problems we've ever had. The police department, the same way. Sorry, the fire department isn't here because they're very good too. So what a pleasure to live in Crest Hill, and I hope all the people that live here that don't experience this, I hope they know that. And I know when somebody has a problem, it's easy to be angry and start complaining and pointing fingers, you know, but you're not the people to point fingers at, because there's nobody sitting here at any of these chairs that in my opinion, does not bend over backwards to help people that need help in this city. So, City of Crest Hill, thank you so much. That's all I got.
Thank you for your...
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks for the kind words, and Jim and Ed, please pass those kind words along to the ladies and gentlemen of the departments tomorrow. Anybody else? Okay, there is a need for an executive session, Heather?
That is correct, under 2C11 for litigation.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by Alderwoman Oberlin, seconded by Alderman Inman for an executive session. Roll call, please.
Scott Dyke?
Yes.
John Burchett?
Yes.
Barbara Scoler?
Yes.
Claudia Gazal?
Yes.
Marco Coldi-Petro?
Yes.
Nate Albert?
Yes.
Tom Inman?
Yes.
Tina Oberlin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
All right, we'll be going into executive session at 7:59 PM.
I got it written down.